Hello world and welcome. I'm Jojo and today we're going to be watching a few more shorts just to hang out and, veg out, kind of talk, see what's up. Anyway, let's get started.
So the blue one heals you and the red one makes you handsome.
The blue one heals you and the red one makes you handsome. I mean, what's better, your health or your beauty? That's really what it's asking. Would you rather be healthy or would you rather be beautiful? Personally, I'd rather be healthy. I mean, you're all gonna turn into like shriveled up potatoes when you get older anyway. And when you're beautiful, it just kind of makes that transition a lot more traumatizing, I think. So I'd rather be fugly from the get go and enjoy life without being worried about, oh my gosh, is my beauty slowly leaving me? Who cares? Let's see where this show goes though.
Okay. But then you explode.
What?
Damn.
Oh
So the blue one heals you and the red one makes you handsome. Okay. But then you explode. Damn. So the blue one heals
His
you and the red
handsome
one makes
face.
you handsome. Okay. But then you explode. Damn.
There! Look at his handsome self. He gave himself a butt chin of all things. I'll like that. Good job. Being funny. Ooh. My favorite Italian guys. Ah, he really just does not want to be there, it looks like. It's his anger management. That's how he de-stresses. I get it. I'm that way in the kitchen too. So I'm here for the pizza guy. Yeah, the best way to get your aggression out is to go dice something like potatoes or onions. Or a pizza. Slice that pizza. Get all that aggression out.
When these students found out that it was their teacher's birthday, they came up with the best surprise ever and did this.
What? The best surprise? Did they do happy birthday? Oh, that's so sweet. That's sweet. Wow. That's not real. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, duh. Why? Exactly. Like, what the heck? That is not funny.
This is some pretty crazy art.
That's cool. Wow. I love that. Although it would be kind of annoying to have to swing the light every time you wanted to see it.
This guy serves up one of the biggest fish and chips in the UK from his
Oh my
chippy
gosh.
tiny village in Kent.
Look at that! Look at that fish! It's like a whole freaking fish! It's like he took half of a fish, just chopped it right in half, and what? Who would eat all of that? I mean, it looks delicious, but it's also just kind of like overkill.
Been making fish and chips for 26 years, and the big fish meal is over 2 feet long. And
Wow.
usually 4 or 5. The fish
Yeah,
is
that would
hard,
make
it's
sense.
glistening white throughout and so chunky. And listen to the crunch on that batter.
That's amazing. Oh, wow. See, the thing is, I love fish and chips, but it's so rare to find a place that will actually have the batter cooked all the way. Uh, yeah, so I don't really like a beer batter, but I do like a tempura or something like that. But or like a light dusting, where it's just a light, you know. But if he can get that to be crunchy all the way to the fish, I would definitely want that. That that one ungrateful friend whose family is richer than my entire bloodline. Oh, okay. I never had much as a kid.
Just loving parents, stability in a mansion, and a thriving baked goods enterprise for me to inherit. You know, I never had.
That's called a sociopath, guys. When you can't take yourself out of your own situation and put yourself in other people's shoes and try to empathize with ideas that contradict your own, I don't think it's exclusively the rich kids, okay? I think that has more to do with how mentally stable you really are. I've met people like this, but saying like the most stupid things to be ungrateful for, like my mother doesn't call me by my preferred name. Okay, so, uh, what? Things like that are so dumb. That's a funny joke, I guess, if you like are all about eating the rich or something. But honestly, this is just sociopath behavior. Not exclusively for rich people. Just saying, anybody can be ungrateful in a very obvious smack them across the head way. Reality will hit you across the head, and you still don't get it. I don't want to be Italian. Yeah, neither do I. Cute. Oh my gosh.
The defense wants to ban cameras in the courtroom.
What? For what?
How do you feel about that?
There were cameras all over.
Oh. Oh. See, I follow this guy, JD. He's so cool. He's like tough as nails. He's pretty strong and aggressive with his vocabulary, but his heart is in a genuine place. And he cares about the children and the homeless and the vets. And he just has a serving heart. Yeah, he's rough around the edges, but he used to be a criminal, so um, he just seems like a gentle lion, you know? I like him a lot. He's just like attacking bullies and like pedos and stuff, like exposing terrible people, taking advantage of vulnerable people, using his strength as a form of protection, which is great. I love this guy. If you haven't heard or seen him before, like listen to some of his stuff. But if you're a gentle soul, maybe don't consume too much. um, I don't mind his tough exterior. He's a sweetheart. Anyway, he's reacting to, it looks like what's her name? I keep getting Tucker Carlson and Charlie Kirk all mixed up because they all look the same. But that's his wife, that Charlie Kirk guy. If you haven't heard of him, then you haven't been on the internet, because since he's been dead, everybody and their brother has mentioned them at least once. And I guess I am too now. But yeah, that's the interview with his wife. I guess they just said that they're not going to have cameras in the court. There were cameras all over my husband when he was murdered. Oh shoot. Yeah. Uh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna finish watching it. I don't know if I'll even put this in my thingy, but let's see.
There have been cameras all over my friends and family mourning. There have been cameras all over me, analyzing my every move.
Yeah.
Analyzing my every smile.
Wow. I haven't seen anything on her, but I just don't want to be looking at what a widow is doing with her time after her husband just was murdered. That seems like a little invasive, like reading somebody's journal, or like, I don't know. It just seems like an invasion of privacy to kind of consume everything about a woman whose husband just died. Maybe I'll get into it eventually, but right now it just feels very uncomfortable to judge a woman whose husband just died. Like, I'm not into that. But I guess she's saying, I don't know. I guess I want to look into that. Analyzing my every smile and every move. Maybe she's paranoid, or maybe she's serious. I don't know. I haven't consumed anything. My algorithms kind of blinded me on this topic.
My every tear. We deserve to have cameras in there.
And I remember watching the Michael Jackson trials, and I'm gonna just put money on Michael Jackson was way more popular and famous than Charlie Kirk. And it was very one-sided witch hunt for Michael Jackson. Did he actually do what he said he did? I don't know 100%. I lean towards no, especially now, like, we have more transparency with how things were and the way things were framed and propaganda and everything, and his relationship with his music label, how toxic it got. If you watch his video, like anything with him in it that's actually an interview or whatever, you just kind of, I don't know, I can't bring myself to believe that Michael Jackson did those things. But regardless of how I feel about it, his trials were broadcasted for the world to see and judge, and really made like quite an impact on what people thought. And there were a lot of people who thought he did and a lot of people who thought he didn't. In the end, I think it was good to see that transparency because you would have everybody against him if you didn't. So, yeah, I see if it was a federal thing, because there are, special stuff that can be exposed that shouldn't. Like government information that you don't want enemy countries to find out, or terrorists or whatever. But like Charlie Kirk, I kind of agree. Like maybe there shouldn't be cameras because they're gonna reveal something that they don't want to reveal. At the same time, as a citizen, I want to know. I don't know. I want to know. I want to see. I want to watch because I want to know the justification and the reasoning and come to my own conclusions whether or not, like, not that I think murder is justifiable, because it's not ever. Don't ever do something as terrible as take another human's life. It will haunt you for the rest of your days and destroy your soul. But I don't know. Like I want to watch the trial to see where that person's mind was and what caused him to lead up to that decided that Charlie Kirk needed to die and write things on bullets and all these other things that I assume that people don't want to make connections with other social classes or social groups or movements because then it kind of puts a damper on it and you don't want the association. But I think Americans are wise and smart enough, if you give them all the information without emotional bias, that they would be able to come up with very civil, plausible, and like forgiving solutions. Not that forgiving as in like let him go, but forgiving as in recognizing that an individual is not the group, and separating the individual from the group is important. But if you try to hide it, all it does is make it seem like the group is at fault. It kind of makes your hands dirty when you refuse and keep secrets and want to hide things. It just makes you look more and more shady. So I think it would be beneficial to have more of a neutral stance and actually broadcast it and just try to not put emotional ties into what we're talking about. And I know that's difficult, but the law and justice should be blind, even though we don't really do that. It's all an emotional circus in the courts. But if we can get back to logic, law, and reason instead of emotional manipulation, misinformation, I think we would be better off as a society. But that's just my opinion. I guess I could type that in his comments, but I think that's a little long-winded. I'll just give him a like.
Idea that there's a cover-up going on, which pretty much everybody believes at this point. What do you think it is that they're hiding? Let me know down in the comments.
See? That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I said. JP, you're just like birds of a feather. We flock together.
Home from work.
Oh,
His wife is
he's exhausted. Oh, poor baby keeps crying.
New mom is not easy.
No, it's not. That is so hard. That poor woman. Not to mention there's like, depending on how old the baby is, she might have postpartum depression, which can make your hormones imbalanced and make you very emotional and easily triggered. So yeah, that sucks.
Though he tries soothing the baby.
Oh, that's a good husband.
A little mood change.
That's sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, he took her out for a ride. Like, you need to clear your head, babe. That's so sweet.
Her stress melts away.
Oh, that's a good relationship. The baby's asleep. Yeah, babies love car rides. Like the movement in the tummy gets them used to it. And when you take and if you drive a lot when you're pregnant too, but the babies love the car movement because it slowly vibrates them and they feel like safe, and the car seat's all snug. It's just like being, not just like being in the womb, but it kind of helps simulate it when you're moving and the vibration and the humming. Oh, pup, that's so sweet. That's a good relationship. That's a good husband.
What then?
Oh no! The baby woke up, but look, she's still happy. They could do it together. That's so sweet. I don't know if these are scripted. My guess is that they always are. When I watch shorts or videos or TikToks, I always assume everything I see is scripted because everybody's just trying to get clicks and likes. I'm not scripted. You can probably tell by how much I rant. But like little skits like this, where there's a lot of camera angle shots and music backgrounds and change of scenery, and they have these like, you know, conflicts and resolutions and like solve problems or whatever. I just assume they're all scripted. I know it's pretty jaded, but nowadays, if you're not, you can get scammed. You can get conned, and you can get like sucked into rage bait or clickbait. So I just enjoy what I enjoy and just assume everything is just a show. Everything is fake. Everything's a stage. And I suggest, I don't know if that's useful for you guys, but I suggest you try that out. It'll make internet exploring, I don't know, it'll make video watching and like media consumption a lot more enjoyable.
Is anything on the Chinese internet real? Have people that pretend like
Is
they're live
anything?
streaming underwater.
This guy is so funny. China Insider, this guy over here, he bashes China all the time, but they're like legitimate bashes, you know? Like he does all of his research. You can follow him, actually look up what he's talking about, and they're legit, at least for the most part. I don't know. I haven't checked every single one, but every single one I have checked, he's been correct about. But like it's hilarious. It's so funny because the CCP tries so hard to censor everything, and he's just out here doing his own thing. I have no idea how he hasn't been caught yet. He must not be in China, obviously. Well, obviously not. I don't know if he's in China or not, but he does find out a lot of information and then spreads the news.
It's literally a shallow stream somewhere that they found. And then, you know, without this, you would actually think that they're somewhere deep inside. Same thing with these kind of live streams where you see that they're trying to catch an octopus in somewhere like around you know, maybe a beach or near a cave.
Yeah, but it's not. He's like at the zoo. He put it there. It's a fish tank.
Water from like a source that's not the
yeah,
you have
it's a
somebody who
fish
is
tank.
fishing in this river here, rapid stream. They essentially what they do is they hook up a fish that's already dead. Like you see in the fish in his net here.
Yep.
It's
already dead.
And it's like dead fish already. And yet
Yeah.
they're still like pretending like this is.
They're already dead. Look at it. It's not moving. See what he said? Is anything on the internet real? He said it himself. Is anything on the internet real? No. That's my assumption. Like I said, just assume everything is fake and everything becomes like entertainment and enjoyable because it's all fake. It reminds me of what I do when I drive. Like I have this thing I do where I assume everybody who cuts me off must have to use the restroom. Like I assume they're about to pee their pants. It helps. It helps. Try it out sometime. Like, oh, this guy just cut me off. I bet he has, you know, the sharts. He probably has to take a poo-poo real bad or something, you know? Like, so I let it go, you know, get a little empathy. It helps. You got to frame it the right way, that's all.
Yeah, I absolutely had to repost this because there are a lot of people in this country.
When you let propaganda,
right now,
are you awake yet?
Folks in New York City. But check it out.
Check it out.
In today's episode of I've lived through an actual dictatorship, so you'll know we're not on one. I want to talk about what the government considers helping its citizens.
Yeah.
Cuban citizens.
Oh, he's from Cuba. He's from Cuba. Let's hear what he has to say.
Receive a monthly quota, which is what the government expects you to survive with, in addition to your salary. I'll show you every item that the Cuban citizens received for the past 3 months in an attempt to make you realize how cruel dictatorship.
Yeah, you see, you have your salary, and then you get a little money from the government. The thing is, you all end up with less. That's just how it works. Like, nobody wins. That's except for the people in charge.
It really is. I will explain how much a salary person makes. Don't worry, it doesn't matter what profession they're on, because in Cuba, communist last country, everyone makes the same.
It don't matter.
The cost of living in Cuba. In the month of June, 1 bag of lentils per person was given. This was supposed to last them a whole month. In the month of
Wow.
July, they gave about 2 pounds of rice per person.
That's
In
gonna be New
addition to,
York.
you guessed it, another bag of lentils per person, followed by the month of August, where we had another bag of lentils per person.
Yeah. So this is going to be New York soon because Donald Trump already said that he's going to try to not give money to New York City because Zora Mondani won the mayorship and he wants to try and get everything paid by the government and like get rid of billionaires. Unfortunately, he doesn't even have to get rid of billionaires. They're moving out themselves. And Trump's like, I don't know if I want to give money to New York since they're just going to waste it. Like, it's not going to generate any revenue. It's just siphoning. And yeah, that's true. If you have a bunch of people on social programs that aren't contributing into the programs, but instead only consume the programs because they're too low income to not, because they don't want to work or maybe they can't. It doesn't matter why. The fact is that if there's nobody to pay into the system, then the system becomes weak and you end up with one lentil bags, like a bag of lentils a month. Luckily for New York, America, is that the states are independent, but they are still united. So they can basically live off of food banks, nonprofits, and funneling money through other programs, which they'll probably do, and then force the federal government, to give them more money somehow by rioting or burning things down. New York has tried stuff like this and it's failed so bad, like rent freezes and stuff. You all remember back in the it was in the 80s where they burned down all those buildings in the Bronx just for the fire insurance because it was cheaper, more affordable to just burn the buildings down because no one would buy them. And upkeep was terrible because the rent freeze made it impossible for repairs to get done. And it's no, so it's just easier to just burn the thing down and collect the insurance money. What makes you think they're not going to do that again? Give it 5 years, they're all going to burn their houses down and try and collect insurance. Unfortunately for them, insurance companies have wisen up. And just like in California, when they start to see something terrible happen, they'll just pull the insurance right under you, right under the rug, and then you'll be uninsured with a burnt down cinder ashes building. Anyway, 1 bag of lentils a month, everybody. That's going to be for what's going to happen in New York. They'll have 1 hot dog. You get a pack of hot dogs a month and Wonder Bread because you can't afford to pass out hot dog buns. And that's going to be what they get. And they're going to be like, oh, the government wants us dead. They're terrible, fascist people. When in reality, it's just you can't spend money from the piggy bank if you spent all the money in the piggy bank and have nothing to put into it. Just saying. Anyway, lentils, that sucks.
In addition to that, they gave about 14 jars of baby food for the month of September was a plentiful one. They gave every Cuban half a kilogram of sugar, 1 pound of shredded beef for kids 1 to 13 years old, and about 2 pounds of steaks for pregnant women only. This is because they were behind for the previous 3 months, so you had to divide that in the 3 months that they were missing. All of this right here is about 4 months worth of Cuban food. You'd be surprised that at my local Walmart, I spent about $60 to buy this. To add insult to the injury, a Cuban worker over there makes about $20 a month.
Wow.
And a carton of eggs is about $5 to $6. Yes, they make 4 cartons of eggs salary-wise. To add that cherry on top,
They make
retirees
4.
get about 2,000 pesos a month.
They only make enough money to buy 4 cartons of eggs. I have chickens and they're great. I get eggs every day and it's fantastic and wonderful and delicious. It's great for baking, great for breakfast, great for everything. These hollandaise sauce, boiled egg, everything. Chickens are great. Chickens are so cheap, guys. If you can have chickens, get chickens. If you can't, that sucks. Make friends with chickens.
Month. 2,000 pesos is what they get every month, and a carton of eggs is 3,000 pesos.
2,000 pesos every month, and you wow, you really gotta save. Penny pinch. I don't even think you can really, unless you all look like supermodels, super skinny, anorexic, because not by choice, That sucks.
With the salaries, cannot even buy a carton of eggs. Now you tell me, you, the one who's crying that this country is a dictatorship, the one who's always complaining that we have a dictator. When was the last time that you couldn't afford a carton of eggs?
Mm-hmm.
This, and many more reasons, is why I tell
See, people will say they can't afford a carton of eggs when they actually can, but it's about priorities, and their priorities are not fixed correctly. They blame the world for not teaching them how to budget when they can do basic math and see, like, I have $5. I can get this stupid thing like McDonald's or like a sub on Twitch or whatever. Like, I can do stupid things with it. Or I can like buy some rice and beans and eggs and be set for like a whole freaking month or a couple weeks. So yeah, they can afford it right now. Well, prices are still good. Well, not soon in New York. I mean, New York prices already suck because of all the thefts. Like, I saw that they lost a bunch of Walgreens and everything too. But if you live in middle America, if you live in a normal town, you can afford this stuff. You just don't want to prioritize it. And that's like, it's okay if you have different priorities. You just have to own them and be like, yeah, this is what I prefer. And then not bitch about not being able to get both. Like, you can't have the best of both worlds. You're not Hannah Montana. If you are, good for you. I'm glad. That's awesome because America is great. But like, if you can't, then you really just gotta like focus and fix your situation. The end. Yeah, and stop idolizing people and stop trying to keep up with the Joneses and stop trying to get things that you see on TikTok and start like enriching your life and learning things, and you'll find that material consumption is garbage and spiritual and mental consumption is amazing. Much better. Much better. Mental fiber is much better than anything else. Anyway, let's talk. Let's go.
you, America is not a dictatorship.
Yeah.
At all.
As the partially eaten gingerbread man.
How funny. Oh my gosh, that is like the best sense of humor. Oh wow. That was really good. That is so, there it is. Oh, there he is. That is so cool. Did they think he was a real flamingo? That is so creative. And that's someone who's living his best life despite of what he's got. Like, see, this is what I mean. It's all about like your state of owning your life and ownership and like priorities and blah, blah, blah. This guy's know what it's about. He's just like, the world is giving me opportunities with what I got. I'm going to take what I got and make those opportunities happen. So it's like anybody has the opportunity to succeed and grow and change and like alter their circumstances if they want it. You know, when life gives you lemons, make a bunch of different things. Yeah. Don't just complain that you only get lemonade. That's your own fault for not going out and finding other ingredients, bro. This guy's hilarious. I love it. High five.
Did not care at all.
That child! Oh, that's so cool!
I don't understand, like where Groot from the Guardians 1 credit sequence.
That is so cool. That's so smart too. Where does he get these ideas? He's using all of his brain there. I have to assume like that's so cool. Wacky inflatable. That's so cool.
I've worn this when people walk by. I'll be like, Merry Christmas. On me, and they're like, whoa, can we interview you for the local news? And I was like, sure, but I can't really take this costume.
Oh my gosh. No problem. I have no idea how he's coming with up these ideas, but someone has to be helping him because that is so cool. That's awesome! The wacky inflatable guy. Some of these can be done with 2 legs, to be honest, but the novelty's cool. He dressed up as a Christmas tree.
But I can't really take this costume off, and they were like, no problem, we will just interview you through the branches.
They're interviewing a Christmas tree. They're interviewing a Christmas tree. Wow. It does look like local news actions, you know what I mean? This is the type of behavior you would expect from like local news, you know? Let's interview a one-legged tree. I'm dead. That's awesome. What? That's good. Because you put those blizzards upside down to make sure they don't, like, they don't fall out before they hand it to you. That's so smart. What's that one? A foosball player! Oh, how funny.
My new costume for this year?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna be this year.
What is that? A state? Florida? They tell me he's Florida. Oh, he's Florida! The Florida man! That's like the best thing. Aww. I love it. That's a good costume. An alligator and Florida man, and that's so good. That's a good one.
So the NRA is taking the state of California to court over the Glock ban that
NRA takes California court over Glock ban. What? Why? Why do they have a ban? Yeah. Why would they ban a Glock? It's not like it's like a Tommy gun or something. It's just a standard gun, isn't it? Like a semi-automatic. It's not even an automatic. What?
And banning Glocks is absolutely stupid. You know what's going on here. There are people who are taking switches, putting them on Glocks, making them fully automatic, and that is
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Modifying your gun with like 3D printers and stuff like that, or buying pieces on the black market, is definitely illegal. I think they're trying to say that they shouldn't have the gun because it can be modified so easily, which makes it dangerous because then it becomes an automatic weapon very easily, which makes sense, kind of. If you consider, like, if you have somebody who's a law-abiding citizen, but they're also like mentally struggling, and they come to the conclusion through whatever reason or rhyme to commit a crime, that it would make it harder for the law-abiding citizen who cracks to get one, to like go on a rampage. But, and it's a big but, touch the butt. Criminals don't care about laws. That's kind of what makes them a criminal. And there are already illegal guns out there, and there are already a lot of illegal gun trades. That the problem is like, if you're committing crimes, you can't get guns legally anyway, and you're gonna get guns, and you're gonna find the guns. Like, even if you're not getting it in California, there are other states that you can easily just zippity-doo-dah your way there and drive back, and now you have guns. So it doesn't stop criminals from doing exactly what they're trying to prevent law-abiding citizens to do. If anything, it makes it more dangerous for law-abiding citizens to defend themselves or be safe. It's actually much more dangerous to ban guns in a lawful way, because then it weakens your citizens and strengthens the criminals, because by proxy they have better equipment to harm you with. Just like basic war knowledge, why we were able to, like, I say we, like, like why the Spaniards and the Anglo-Saxons and the French and everything were able to come and just like basically tell the Indians what to do, was because their weapons were better than the Indians. The thing is, criminals with guns fighting citizens with no guns is just a massacre waiting to happen, honestly.
The state of California has banned law-abiding citizens from owning simple firearms that are perfectly legal, should be perfectly legal, because they might do something illegal with them.
Yeah, that's dumb.
They're going to take the guns and they're going to put the illegal modifications on them.
They're going to do it anyway.
If the guns are legal
yep, see?
Fucking morons. Remember, kids, gun laws only affect law-abiding gun owners because
that's right.
Don't give a shit.
That's right.
Think about this. Let me know.
Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, he's great like that. That's right. I mean, he said it much more bluntly, which might reach people better, uh, certain people better. But yeah, same. Agreed. Thumbs up, bro. I wish he didn't swear so much. I mean, I catch myself swearing sometimes too, but his are like, "Ba-bam!" You know what I mean?
You haven't seen this? That's him.
And the president is more interested in giving that taxpayer money to.
I really hate how videos cut Joe Rogan and like other podcasters and people that are famous as if they're talking about whatever they're talking about. Obviously, they're not. Like more than half the time, they're not. It's just a dumb clip edit that everybody does. It's super annoying, but the just a random rant about that. Something about trade. Look at her freaking lips. A little duck face. That's a bad pause.
Trade schools and programs in state schools where they are promoting American values, but most importantly, educating the next generation based on skills that we need in our economy and our society. Apprenticeships, electricians, plumbers. We need more of
Yeah, we do.
in our country.
Yeah, we do.
LGBTQ graduate majors from Harvard University.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
You haven't seen this? That's him.
Let me see this again.
And
The president is more interested.
taxpayer money to trade schools
Okay.
and programs in state schools.
Okay, hold on. He's more interested in sending tax money to all these different programs and stuff, rather than what? Oh, the universities that they're getting their liberal arts degrees in. Oh, okay. That makes sense. They are promoting.
Values, but most importantly, educating the next generation.
I don't know if they're really promoting American values or not. I mean, that would be like pretty broad sweeping accusation or like claim. I mean, that's a broad sweeping claim that they're promoting American values, that they're all promoting American values. I think it's good to have a strong labor force, and trade schools are important, as well as a lot of other things like, whatever else she was saying. But I don't know.
Skills that we need in our economy and our society. Apprenticeships, electricians.
Yes.
Plumbers.
Yeah, we do need plumbers and electricians and stuff like that. Like, especially where I live out here in middle America, we have a lot of people from the coast moving here, and it just creates a lot of backlog and increases the prices for services that we need. So like our plumbers cost more, our electrician costs more, everything costs way more. Our doctors, I was on like a 6-month waiting list just to see a doctor for a checkup because we have so many people moving here from blue states and none of them have good skills. All of them are like art majors. They're all trying to like go become vendors at like street fairs, or they're resellers that go online and sell things that they get from thrift stores. Like the majority of people coming here don't have real labor skills. Like they're not plumbers, they're not even like hairdressers. So like yeah, we need a lot more people in trade schools to help run the country. And we're not funding them because the type of people who would take those jobs and want those jobs end up being like the type of people who can't really afford it because we just don't put emphasis and importance on these types of things. Plumbers actually make out with bank. Like if you become a plumber, you'll be set for life, bro. It's all a stigma of being a plumber. Like people don't want to deal with poo-poo. But the thing is, everybody poops, and that's a quick way to make a lot of money. Like I know some plumbers who are making bank like crazy, like 6 figures, because there's just such a demand. Yeah. So if you're in a blue state and you want to move, learn a trade because it'll get you a lot further. If you're here already, come on. Like my daughter realizing her dad sucks at drawing. Oh, funny. She gives me pointers. Oh no, she's just not like his terrible work. Too late, she's done. Oh, don't tell mommy. She... Oh my god, the sassiness. The sassiness. Oh, kids are so funny. They're so funny. I love this guy, the cheap guy. He's so funny. And like ever since he had his daughter, the content has just gotten more and more better, like chef's kiss status. And it's so sweet. It's so funny.
Cat versus an alligator, a house cat will still sit there and be like, yeah.
Ha! House cat and an alligator. Punch that! Punch that!
Snakes.
A tongue was out, bro. Tasted it.
Oh my gosh. Ew! Ew! Oh! Ew! Ew! That's he's so angry. He pushed the dog.
The White House actually has 3 main sections. The executive residence, home to every U.S. president
Wow.
since 18...
Look at the size of that thing. That's crazy. That's crazy to think it's...
The West Wing, where the Oval Office and daily business happen. And the East Wing, office...
Oh my gosh, it's like a freaking college campus.
Part of the East Wing is seen being demolished to make room for a new ballroom.
The ballroom will be pretty.
Work started Monday, and the new space is expected to cover about 90,000 square feet, big enough to...
Oh my gosh. You say 999 guests. That is huge. That's bigger than the White House. Oh my gosh. Wow. And this is completely donations and self-funded, right? Like no taxpayers paid for this, which is cool because like I do remember Barack Obama's basketball course being like almost 350 mil that we actually had to pay for during the the housing crisis and everything collapsing and the world's a big giant fart. Like my grandma lost her house, we all lost our jobs, school shut down, banks were given a bunch of money to be like, sorry banks, we don't want you to be all hurt, we love banks. Citizens, give your houses to the banks so the banks are okay. No, we don't want to give our houses to the banks. Well, too bad. They're going to just foreclose your house and take it anyway. Ha ha ha. My grandma lost her house, asked if she could buy it back with the foreclosure pricing. They said no, because you're the one that lost it. Even though it was like, she could afford it. She could. But they said no. We want to sell it to foreign investors and bull BS like that. So that sucked. That was all in California. I don't live there anymore. It's a terrible place to live. Right. Anyway, great that the ballroom's happening. I think it'll be good. I think it looks pretty unprofessional to have like distinguished guests and like big events and then have it out on the yard like it's some type of barnyard wedding, you know. It's not graduating high school. It's the frickin' president, you know what I mean? We should have a beautiful ballroom, I think, to show respect to the world when they come. Like if any other nation comes and sees us, or we have distinguished guests, to just give them honor and respect. It would just make sense to have a special place for them to be, in my opinion. And the fact that I don't have to pay for it is great. Unlike how I had to tax-wise help pay for recreational hobbies, enjoying, you know, like Obama enjoying basketball while we were all starving and losing our jobs. Everything sucked.
I guess, according to President Donald Trump.
All of the glass on the sides is bulletproof.
Nice. Good. That's just common sense.
There's been a lot of attention on the
definitely.
The White House East Wing. So
they should have a panic room put in there too, just in case, like below it, to protect anybody important, that if they get like anybody in there that shouldn't be. That's just my other opinion. What?
Part of the East Wing is seen being demolished to make room for a new ballroom. The demolition.
Okay. That is so true. That is so true. I have so many torn apart boxes that I have my box sets in, and I just say screw it. There's one set I have. It's Lord of the Rings, but it's cute, little leather bound. and honestly, it's only for display. I have paperback copies that I just will read instead, and then I have like a cute leather-bound, multicolored one that's in a special box I'll never take out because I know I'll never be able to put them back in. They're for display only. It was a wonderful gift. I just want to look at it, and I'll read the other one while I stare at it and pretend I'm reading the good-looking one. They say men want this, men want that. What men really want. Aww, they're waiting for their dad. So sweet. You get what you put in this situation. If you are a good dad, your children will love you like this. You just got to remember that. Don't expect children to just, like, children will love you right from the get-go, and it will only increase as much as you continue to love them. If you start to hurt them or harm them or make them scared, they're going to do this a lot less, and it's not going to be as wonderful. This is proof that he is a kind, gentle daddy, because look at that. Unless it's all scripted. Again, I like to stay jaded, but it's always sweet to watch a cute skit. Aww. I wonder if he was gone for a long time. That's sweet.
A Korean lawmaker recently apologized after he was caught drawing gorillas in a parliament meeting.
What?
As you can see, he had gorillas pulled
He's drawing gorillas. Why?
In his apology, he said that this is his way to relieve tension and that he usually draws small ones, but that he drew a big one this time.
That is very interesting.
Honestly, I don't think this guy did anything wrong. Let the man doodle. Sometimes the guy's got to take the edge off a little bit, and that's exactly what he was doing. It's a pretty solid drawing, too. A Korean lawmaker recently apologized after he was caught drawing gorillas in a parliament meeting. As you can see...
Well, I mean, as long as he can listen and draw at the same time, I don't see the problem. I used to have to doodle when I was taking notes in school just so I can, like, stay focused on what they were talking about. Sometimes I would write things out and then I would draw out what they were saying, and then, like, sometimes I just doodle on the side when there were irrelevant things being talked about so I wouldn't fall asleep or daydream. So yeah, I think he's just doing something healthy. Keep it up. He'll get better at it. It'd be great.
Was passing through the tornado area when he saw a family injured.
Oh my gosh.
He went to them and took them in his car to help.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. What are they doing just like running? Where were they coming from? Where were they coming from? They're just on the road?
Open the door. Get in. Come on, guys. Come on.
Why would he record this? That's interesting.
Look at me. I gotta look where you're bleeding, okay? Look at me.
Wow. Oh, they got hit by a tornado. Oh, wow. They were in the debris when everything was flying or something. And he drove by afterwards? Is that what I'm getting?
I'm a storm chaser here. I've got... Okay, man. You gotta get... I've got injured.
Wow. Oh my gosh, you better watch out. That storm's a coming.
In this moment, I could not believe
that is insane.
The tornado. I mean, just look at their
that
eyes.
Is insane. Those poor people. I'm glad they're alive. Oh, wow. The man
immediately took them.
He's a tornado chaser. So that explains why he was recording, because he's chasing a tornado. And he just found random people who were on the path of the tornado, and the tornado was close enough that it destroyed their house. I suppose with them in it, maybe they got away from it. I don't know. Maybe they ran and things were flying. The kids were running. I hope that he survived.
He is a local hero.
Wow. Wow, that's some artwork right there. What the heck? That's so true, though. I try so bad to sleep, and then the second I try to fall asleep, I think of something completely random, like a random fact I have to know or a random thing I have to locate, and then I have to just do it before I can fall asleep, because it literally spikes my adrenaline, gets my heart racing, and my mind just like going faster and faster until I do it, and it's crazy. He's probably feeling the same way. But look at that. I love how he does this stop motion movement thing. It's so funny. That's some artwork, I say. Watching it again just makes it just looks so cool. Okay. What's this? A puppy! Oh, cute. It's just a puppy. Look how cute he is. Be careful, don't hold him. Aw. That was it? Just lifting up a puppy to look how cute he is. That's sweet. Well, okay, I'm done for the day. I have to get ready for work. And yeah, so I'm done surfing the internet. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you next time or whatever. Bye.